Hey guys, what's going on? It's Don here from Novaspirit Tech and welcome back to our channel. And today I'm going to show you guys how to install the latest beta firmware for the Raspberry Pi so you no longer need to use a PC to image your Raspberry Pi. So let's get started. Now, what I love about the Raspberry Pi development team is that they're always continuing to improve their software and their hardware. And this is no exception. I'm telling you, this is pretty good. I've only read about this recently on their forum for the beta firmware release, which I'll leave a link down in the description below. But what this does is basically installs the Raspberry Pi imager into the boot process. So you're normally used to seeing this, which is the black and white screen that describes your Raspberry Pi if it's booting from SD or hard drive. That's going to be completely replaced with another firmware and you'll be able to see the Raspberry Pi imager. From there, you'll actually be able to download automatically the image of what you want to load into your Raspberry Pi, or you could load an image from USB. This way, you no longer need a PC to flash your Raspberry Pi. So it's a pretty big deal. Now I'm going to show you guys how to get this process started. I, for once, this is the first time I'm doing this. So I have not done this to any Raspberry Pi yet, but reading the article, I believe this could do Raspberry Pi 4, Raspberry Pi 3. I'm not sure about the 2, and I'm not sure about the 02. It might be in that post that I like skimmed through, but yeah, we're going to be testing this out anyway. The first thing we need to have is a Raspberry Pi and an SD card because we need to load the initial firmware. So I'm going to be popping this in right now. Okay, so jumping into the desktop of our Ubuntu, I'm going to go to Raspberry Pi Imager. I am using the latest version of 1.7.2. You're going to choose the OS, and in my case, we are going to choose this multi-utility image. And there's this new option called Beta Bootloader. Now, this is the same options. Do you want to boot from SD card first, then USB, or boot from USB first, then SD card, or network boot, and then USB? So you could choose whichever way you want. This is the standard, which is the SD card boot. Now, if you want to flash back to your old firmware, you could do this by using this bootloader, not the beta test, but the regular bootloader. And you still have the same options, SD card boot, USB boot, whatever it is. But I'm going to go to beta test bootloader, and click on SD card. Choose the storage, which I have a little small 4 GB SD card in there, and write. This is going to be a very tiny little thing that they're going to be writing on. So just give it a few seconds. Even on my 4 GB very slow SD card, it actually writes pretty quick. So once this is done, we're going to boot up for the first time on our Raspberry Pi and let this firmware load. Alright, so now I have the new SD card with the firmware plugged in, which is the 4 GB card. I'm going to power it on, and if you have HDMI connected, just give it a couple of seconds. You're going to see the LED flashing. I'm not sure if you can see that right now. And you're going to be presented with the green screen. And as soon as that green screen comes on, then the firmware is flashed. All I have to do is turn it back off, unplug, or take out the SD card. I, for one, have a blank SD card that I'm going to stick in here just in case, because I know it's not going to boot, but it is a blank SD card. Make sure you have a keyboard plugged in. And I'm going to power it on now. So give it a second. It should go through the normal boot process of searching if the SD card has a boot. And here you have it. As soon as you boot it up with the keyboard, this will come up. Hold shift to stop the boot process and start the network process. So I'm going to hold shift. I already inserted a network cable. It's going through the process. This is pretty cool, I gotta say. So it's going to download the installer every time you boot up because it's running off the memory or the RAM. So you're going to get the latest installer every time you install. 2, you're not using any storage at all. It's just downloading everything to the RAM. So as soon as I unplug it, all that data is gone. So it's going to download it. Being that it's only 23 megabytes, that's not bad. Okay, now that it's done downloading, it's going to try to boot into the Raspberry Pi imager, and you should be presented with the same screen, see, that you would normally get on your PC, just much bigger. The mouse does work, and I could choose an operating system to install. So that is weird. I could make out what it is, but maybe because it's a 1080 screen, it's giving me weird small text. So I could install the Raspberry Pi 32-bit OS, or go into their special and go into install their 64-bit OS if I wanted to. Or if I really wanted to, I could actually take a USB and go here and load. This is Diet Pi. So I know you can't see it, but if I click on that, oh, it's CR Studio. Never mind. But the point is, it could uncompress zip files, and I think the GZ zips. So that's another one you could do over here. But we're going to try something easy. We're going to go with Raspberry Pi OS. You know what? Just to make it a little bit short, we're going to do, I think it's this one, not the Legacy. The 32-bit Lite version. We don't need to install a desktop. Choose the storage, and it should find my SD card and a USB. Oh, I could just load it right into the USB if I had it. Oh, that's cool. So we're going to choose the SD card. And here we still have the advanced options if you need to set up anything over here, like enable SSH, whatever stuff you want to do. So yeah, let's kind of close that. Eject media when finished. We'll close that. And we're just going to write to disk. Yes. What's really odd is the font. How it's like, these are large font and it's fine. These didn't scale correctly. That wasn't too bad. It actually downloaded the OS pretty quick, but we are doing Raspberry Pi Lite. So that might be another reason why it's pretty quick, but otherwise it's writing right up to my SD card pretty quick too. Alright, there we have it. First boot, and it's resizing the file system like it normally does. It's going to reboot a couple of more times, get into the operating system, and this was all done without using a PC. I mean, the initial process of getting the firmware installed, yes, you needed a PC, but otherwise, from now on moving forward, this Raspberry Pi that has this beta firmware will no longer need a PC to download any more images. I could just basically grab it off their imager. And if I want to use custom images, then I would have to download it to a USB and have it flash itself. So that's very, very impressive. I really like this process, especially because I use the Raspberry Pi a lot for testing. And anytime that I needed to flash the firmware to something else, I would have to grab the SD card. And believe me, I do it a lot. And having this method makes it a lot easier. And here we have it. The initial setup prompt for the first time we're loading into the Raspberry Pi Lite. So if you've never seen this screen, that's because you probably installed Lite and SSH right into it, which is something I would normally do, but this is their actual normal prompt if you're going to install Lite. So enter a new username. You could always use Pi. You could change it to your username. You could do whatever, but I'm used to using just the regular Pi, and that's it. Let's sudo apt install cmatrix. I might have to update the list because I didn't do the update list. Oh no, it actually did work. I'm surprised it let me. And let's do cmatrix. That is it. Anyway, hope you guys liked this video. If you guys have any questions about it, hit me down in the comments below. If you guys are new to this channel, consider subscribing and also hit that bell notification icon so you know when the next video is going to be out. And as I say in my nerd cave, hack till it hurts.